Hey friends, welcome to my channel. In my previous video, I talked about fast track or fast tracking schedule compression technique, where we compress our schedule because of the urgent demand from customer or because of various reasons. If our project is delayed and everybody is forcing to deliver it on time. Another technique for schedule compression I'm going to tell you about is crashing. What is crashing? How does it work? What are the points you should put in mind? And how you should control crashing basically. So guys, when I'm talking about crashing, it is another schedule compression technique where you add extra resources to the project to compress the schedule. Please understand, in crashing, we are adding extra resources to reduce the activity duration. In fast tracking, we are advancing the activity through parallel run. We are trying to run that activity in parallel to another activity, that is fast tracking. There we are not reducing the time of the duration of the activity. So there you need to make a selection. If you can really reduce the time or duration of the activity by applying extra resources, you can use crashing at schedule compression. Else you can use fast tracking as schedule compression. So this is very important point you should remember. So crashing is basically add extra resources to complete the task. Review the critical path. Again, it is coming to the same way. Review the critical path and see which activities can be completed by adding additional resources. Find the activities that can be reduced the most by adding the least amount of cost. Because why the cost is mentioned here, in crashing, in initial stage the cost is that it doesn't make big difference, but when the progress activities are progressing and we are near to the closure, the cost makes big difference. It is going to be really higher. You have to be very careful when you are going for crashing. Okay, so it involves a cost as well as a risk. In previous activity, fast tracking, the cost was not involved much, but risk was there. In crashing, you have cost as well as risk because you are going to increase the resources. How crashing works. So for example, you have again, as I mentioned in my previous video when I was talking about fast tracking, you have sequential activity, construction of building, then next activity, electrical work, next activity, carpentry work. When you are applying crashing by putting additional resources, then basically construction of the building, it has dependency. You have reduced the overall duration of electricity work by putting more resources, and therefore you were able to start your carpenter work well before its planned start date. Okay, so therefore you are able to achieve your target of delivering on the target date. So you are again able to save the time, but remember, this has big impact on cost. You need to be very careful in calculation of the cost. So some of the important point about crashing: keep a track on other paths. Crashing may result in increasing duration for other paths, because if you are not really hiring resources from some other sources and putting your resources at one place, then other path may increase. It involves cost risk as well, so it has big impact on cost. As I said, beware, initially cost is less and output is more, but at later stage it is vice versa. Output is less but cost is more, and it cannot be applied on all the activities. Okay, we can say, I mean, 9 people on job cannot produce a child in 1 month. So definitely you cannot apply it to all the activities. So guys, this was about crashing, and I tried to make a difference between crashing and fast tracking. Let me just remind you, fast tracking is applied where the activity duration is not reduced and it is only a run in the parallel for other activity. Whereas in crashing, we are putting additional resources and then we are reducing the duration of the activity to achieve the target date. That's the main difference. Thank you for watching my channel. Subscribe, stay connected. Take care. Bye bye.